In 2016, I lost a pretty close mate to suicide quite unexpectedly. It was something that will live with me for the rest of my life. It was actually only a couple of weeks prior to the suicide that I was with that mate, and everything seemed fine. You know, he showed no signs of irregular behaviour or anything that would make me expect for him to be suicidal, or something so sudden has happened and you're not really, sorry, start again.
About 2 years ago, I went to a critical incident the day after. Had to get a piece of plant out from where a fellow worker had been killed. I thought I was doing all right with it, but then in the last 2 months, that sort of reared its head, and I've actually been seeing one of the counsellors at Incolink myself. The hardest thing for me, I suppose, was realising that I had a problem, and making that phone call and talking about how you're feeling is a great way of getting the load off your shoulders. We're all well and good to be looking out for everyone else, but we've got to look after ourselves as well.
Most of the OH&S issues in this industry is obviously the high risk work we do, but probably the one that stands out the most in recent years is basically mental health.
There is a stigma associated with suicide, and I mean, we're in probably the highest risk industry as far as the work we do, but it's also the hours that the guys do, the financial pressures.
And I think as men, there's obviously this stigma that we're so proud in oneself that we tend to bottle things away and not talk about our emotions with people or friends or family. And I guess myself, I'm actually probably a bit of a closed person, and I wouldn't often talk to other people about how I was feeling, and actually the suicide of my friend has made me sort of more open.
It's important that once you actually have the trust of the worker, that you're able to virtually put your wings around them and take them to a place where they feel safe and comfortable to talk to a professional.
Bluehats is an initiative that's started by Incolink,
where they're going to train up different people on site.
Someone they can go and talk to without the worry of any prejudice.
I think the importance of the Bluehats program is that it will encourage people to talk about their feelings in relation to suicide. I think Incolink's Bluehats program is a milestone in this industry.
The first steps are often the hardest, and maybe admitting and realising that you have a mental health issue, or even the first person you speak to about that issue can be often the hardest part of it. But I think the important thing is that you do find someone that you trust and someone that you can have a conversation with. It can do the world of good, and it could end up saving a life.